Hello vinyl community, this is Randy. Back today with another video. I've picked up a few records here in the first part of September, so I'm going to show those to you today. All these records I received through the mail. Not pick any of them up in person, so the record that we're hearing in the background right now, I hope you can hear that, is Ellis and Joe Pass from their live performance at the Concord Summer Festival. So this was recorded in it was released in 1974. I think it was recorded in 1974, 1973 at Concord Jazz Festival. So that's in California out there. I think sort of in the Bay Area. Yeah, so this is Joe Pass and Ellis. They're both guitarists, and if you can hear it, you can hear what it sounds like. It's pretty mellow jazz. So this is a festival. I'm not sure. I think it's an outdoor festival. Probably, even though I'm really not sure about that either. But I really like the introduction from the guy who organized the festival. He says. He's introducing them, and he says, "Have a good time and listen to some fine guitar interplay." So yeah, I like that part. Let's have a good time. It just sounds like it was a very relaxed festival, and everybody did have a good time. So they are playing here with Jay Canna on drums and Ray Brown playing bass. Sounds really good. It's really mellow. Some of the songs start out with just the two guitars, or even just one guitar. Sounds really good. Then the bass and the drums come in, and it really starts to swing when the bass comes in. It just really brings it all together. Sounds great. There are 7 songs on this album, and there's a solo by each one of these people. So on side 1, Joe Pass does Prelude to a Kiss. By a solo, I mean he's just playing by himself. And then later the drums and bass come in, but Ellis does not play on that one. Then on side 2, Ellis plays Easy Living. Same thing where he starts out by himself, then the bass and drums come in, but there's no Joe Pass on that one. So, yeah, this is a really good, relaxing album. Nothing too earth-shattering. It's a nice, pleasant record to listen to. I did get a new album. It just came out, I think it just came out in August. By Ambrose, Akinmusire. Name of the album is On the Tender Spot of Every Calloused Moment. So Ambrose is a trumpet player. He has a band that consists of a piano player, drummer, and bass player. So the bass player is named Harish Raghavan, drums are Justin Brown, and piano is Sam Harris. So it's a consistent band, and I think this is his band, his standard band that he plays with. These are just acoustic music. I mean, this could have all been recorded in the early 60s. It's just trumpet, piano, stand-up bass, and drums. So this is a pretty intense album. This is not anything at all like Ellis and Joe Pass. I looked in Discogs. This is called, I think they call it contemporary jazz. So, yeah, this is not bop or post-bop or anything like that. It's modern-sounding music. It's very introspective sounding. Some of it's kind of somber, but it's not all that way. And I think it's uplifting overall. Actually, it's very, very good. There are some vocals on this. The very first song, Tide of Hyacinth, has a guy from Africa singing some lyrics in a language, an African language. Oh, gosh, well, I can't find it, but they named the language in here. The liner notes in here, pretty extensive liner notes, are written by Archie Shepp, who I guess recorded some with Ambrose in 2010 or so, when Ambrose was first starting out. So yeah, 11 songs in here. Like I said, they're all pretty somber sound. The first song has some vocals. That's sung in, yeah, as I said, in African. Um, the third song on here is called Cynical Sideliners, and that one is a completely vocal song with a female vocalist, Genevieve Artadi. And on that one, Ambrose just plays Fender Rhodes. So there's no trumpet on that. It's just him playing Fender Rhodes and accompanying this woman who's singing. Also, I think that the very last song, Hooded Procession, Read the Names Out Loud, is also just him playing Fender Rhodes. But other than that, it's the standard instrumentation that I mentioned. So this is a really good album. I mean, Ambrose, Akinmusire, he's been the Downbeat Critics Poll Trumpet Player of the Year for about 8 or 9 years in a row. He's very well respected in jazz, and you know, for good reason. He's a very serious musician. Here's what this record looks like. That is black. It's a black and white label. I hadn't seen that before. It doesn't have any address or information like that, but I just hadn't seen a blue note on a black and white label before. So, yeah, this one comes highly recommended. I have another Ambrose Akinmusire album called The Imagined Savior is Far Easier to Paint. This one came out in 2014. He put out a couple other albums in between, but those, as far as I can tell, have never been released on vinyl. This record was extremely somber sounding, and yeah, I would say that the newer one is has a little bit more of a hopeful tone in it. So anyway, it's really good. This is not music you would want to listen to at happy hour. This is not party music. Like I said, it's very introspective music, so you want to put it on at a time, I think, when you can focus on it and really listen to it. So it's a really good record. I'm really glad I got that one. And I got a couple of reissue albums. So I got this Thelonious Monk Crisscross album. This album was originally recorded in 1963, I believe. This is a 2016 reissue from Org Music, O-R-G. This is actually a limited numbered edition down here. It's number 908. I'm not sure what all these numbers mean. It seems like so many records get numbered now, and not really sure if that means anything. But ORG is a very good reissue label. They do really high quality pressings, I think. So this does sound outstanding. On this record, he has his band of Charlie Rouse on tenor sax, Frankie Dunlop and John Orr on bass, Frankie Dunlop on drums. So Charlie Rouse was a tenor sax player who you don't really hear too much about, except that what he played, I think, with Thelonious Monk, and I think they worked really well together. I have another cassette that I got a long time ago. This just has 3 songs on it. This has been one of my favorite jazz cassettes for a long time, though. It's a live album, and it's just Blue Monk, Light Blue, and Evidence. Side 2 is like a 20-minute version of Evidence, which is just outstanding. This album has not grabbed me quite as much as that one so far. It's good and everything. I like it. It's a good jazz album, but maybe not as good as I was expecting based on that live tape. So yeah, it's fine. The first song is Hackensack, which that's the only album I think I've heard him playing that on. And it sounds an awful lot like Well You Need Me, so I'm wondering if that's maybe why they didn't record it too often. Other than that, there's they do a version of T for Two. Then the title cut, Crisscross, which is an outstanding, great song. I was familiar with that song from actually a compilation, a Blue Note compilation album that Happy Hippie the Vinyl guy sent me. Probably been a year ago now. So, yeah, Crisscross, fantastic song, title cut. On side 2, there's Rhythming, and then just piano instrumental of Don't Blame Me, just Monk playing by himself. That's part of my disappointment with this record, is that I have another album of Monk just playing solo piano, so I mean I've got that and that's available to me, and I really like his band, so I kind of like to hear the whole band. But I guess, you know, he wanted to do the piano solo, and actually from the notes here, it sounds like the producers and the people who were there in the studio were very excited about the fact that he decided to play just a solo. So I'll listen to that some more, and yeah, it's all good overall. It ends with Crepuscule with Nelly, so good album. I think it's a classic album by Thelonious, Crisscross. So glad to get that one. This is on this Columbia label. Yeah, so ORG music. And then the last record that I've gotten here in the first half of September came highly recommended to me by the team over there at the Blue Note 4000 series. Sherv did a review of this one, Blue and Sentimental by Quebec. And he just made it sound so good in that review that I had to get it. And I'm really glad I did. It really is a fantastic album. So this is just Quebec playing tenor sax with Grant Green as, you know, the main accompaniment. So Grant does play some chords and strums a little bit on this one in addition to his solos. Philly Joe Jones on drums and Paul Chambers on bass. So yeah, this is really fantastic. This was a 1962 album on Blue Note. This is a 2016 reissue as part of the Blue Note 75 initiative. I tell you, these Blue Note 75s, I've had a couple of them in the past that had some quality issues, and I know I've read online about some quality issues, but I suppose they're still printing them. Maybe they found a new pressing plan, or you know, I'm not exactly sure, but the last few I've gotten have been really good, and this one just sounds fantastic. It's really a perfect sounding record. So yeah, so just really happy about that. Blue and Sentimental by Quebec. So yeah, to describe it, just very mellow. It's not like hard bop or anything like that. It's kind of like standard jazz. Extremely pleasant to listen to. So yeah, that's all I've got here in the first part of September. Just 4 records. So yeah, hoping to get back out to the record stores here before long. I might do that this weekend. I think it's just about time for that, so we'll see what happens. So, anyway, I hope everyone is doing well out there. Let me know what you think about these records. I'd be interested to know, you know, especially maybe the Ambrose Akinmusire. You know, have you heard that? That would, you know, probably be my strongest, you know, recommendation out of the 4 that I've shown here. So that's it. Yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks very much for watching.